was out here at delivery and said this is an emu. Whatever that is, it looked like a big ass ostrich. It's crazy. Never seen that before. We getting unloaded. Ah, here it is, here it is. I'm loaded up and I'm gone. I just got in this parking spot right here. It's pretty tight. It was the very first and last available spot in here. The truck actually just pulled out. See, I got my banner up there. So when you do oversized banners with the step deck, they different than the flatbed. With the flatbed, you got the DOT bumper. You could just put the banner on the bumper. But the step deck don't have a DOT bumper that's hanging down. You got to put it, you know, best you can on your freight. So that's how I did mine. I learned that from my boy KO. So this load was pretty tricky because some of my chains was too short. But these chains back here, I guess what it is, some of my chains is different lengths. Like, I don't know, maybe some of them is 20 feet and some of them is 18 feet. You know what I'm saying? So up here, I had to do this a little different. I couldn't link it. I couldn't link it back to the chain. So I had to just, you know, put the binder right there. And it's a bad idea to put the binder, hook the binder to the rub reel directly. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'll show you why later. But what it does basically, it pokes it out right there like it does this. I'll explain it later. But on the middle, since my chains were short, I had to put two chains right here. I got one chain anchored down over there, and then the other chain is like, it stops like right here. So I had to use a second chain just because I needed 2 more feet, which sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And it's tight, it's good. I took them flags off so I could back into this parking spot. But overall, the load is good. I'm gonna do that like this. I'm gonna put a bungee on that. So I'm parked for the night. It was real cool because I had to get a pilot car to get escorted back to the highway. That's what you see, but the lady ended up calling me while I was trying to record and mess my footage up. But it's cool. Still got a little bit, but yeah. This load is going to Houston. I'm pretty sure it's going to the port down there somewhere. I'm about to take them flags on the bumper off in the front of the truck. And go get my scale ticket. And that's it. All right, we got it loaded up. I got a crate in the front, and I got about 6 straps on the big load. I'll be using a pocket winch back here in the back, because you know how we don't have any winches back here. There is actually a winch on the other side, but I don't like using it. Got this one. I ain't never used it yet, so I like to stick with what I'm familiar with. But we getting out of here, man, about 5 hours later. Crazy, but we got it. Truck with me, baby, let's go. So we back. I did kind of give a little brief overview of the load earlier, but just a quick update. When you got crates and stuff like this, like wood, the wood like is not really always real strong. So it'll crush down and the nails will start, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to damage the crate like that too bad, but it's secure enough to where it's not gonna go nowhere. I don't want to damage that crate and lose it. So everything else looks good. It's 3 a.m. man, and I got a 6-hour run to Brownsville. I'm in Houston, so the reason why I'm leaving at 3 a.m. is because I got loaded. When I got loaded, finally got loaded yesterday, it was so late. I'm just turning my strobe light off. I'm just turning my strobe light off in the back because this load ain't oversized no more. So just doing a pre-trip, making sure everything good with the trailer and the load. But yeah, it's not oversized no more, so we turn the strobe lights off, put the banners up, and we can get down the road. So I didn't get loaded till like 4 o'clock yesterday, so I just parked because it don't make sense. Look at this nail. But yeah, it didn't make sense to, you know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense to try to get out of Houston yesterday because it's just gonna be a gang of traffic, and I'm gonna end up just sitting in traffic longer than I will be trying to actually get through it. So I saved my clock, shut down, and waited it out till this morning, and we about to get out of here right now. So it's a 3 a.m. run. We should be there by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock for sure. But yeah. Gonna get this